I'm here with Kimberly Nelson, who is our philanthropy director, and Kimberly has kind of a list of things she wants to talk to us with. Because again, we're kind of the end of the year. I can't believe it.
I know, I'm Santa's helper.
Yes, she's helping me make sure that my kids are in order.
Yeah. Well, I think really, all the residents of Green Spring have been sort of elves and Santa's helpers because they have been so good with giving all year round. And just on behalf of the philanthropy office and the committee, I just want to say thank you, because it really was an exciting year this year. We had over 50 scholars for the scholarship program. We of course had the gala, Stars and Stripes with the Benevolent Fund and hospice, and just hospice, I should have mentioned it, had Crystal mention it when she was here, but there is a wheelchair scale in the medical center, and I'm not sure if residents are aware of it, but it was
a wheelchair scale.
So if
like
you're in a wheelchair, you can roll onto the scale to get your weight.
And then they deduct the weight of the
chair.
Really?
And so, but that chair was purchased from hospice funds, to help, because a lot of times it's our residents who maybe are a little more frail or in need who might need that service. So again, I just want to say thanks for the generous spirit of the community. And then when you start adding things like the blood drive, which was so successful this year, and the Eco Food Drive and the Turkey Trot, and residents who went out for the Alzheimer's Walk and participated in Senior Olympics with the Wii Bowling, which we're a sponsor of. I mean, there's just been so many outreach things in different ways, and whether it's gifts of time or gifts of financial support, we just really appreciate it. It's been a great year.
And before I know you have things that you want to remind residents, but talk just briefly again about CSR, or corporate social responsibility, and why it is so important for our community.
Yeah, so as a nonprofit, we do a lot of things obviously to support Green Spring financially, but we also want our tentacles, our outreach, to go beyond our gates. And corporate social responsibility is, how are we being a good partner in the community? How are we being supportive of causes or things that maybe impact seniors and impact our community? So when you think of the Alzheimer's Walk, and we think of course, intermissions and our memory care program and subtle things, we want to encourage the work of that organization to continue to improve the lives of others. And so that's one of the reasons why we're involved in that. And when you think of the blood drives that we do, how important that is when residents have health needs, to make sure there's a blood bank and if they need it, or the hospital surgery. Same thing with food drive, helping our neighbors. So corporate social responsibility is some of the things that we do to outreach. And our residents probably don't know, but also through our corporate social responsibility, we Green Spring, we help sponsor the all-night grad parties at some of our local high schools.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
And because we have so many student scholars here, and seniors and students who work here. So that all comes through the philanthropy office in partnership with things through administration and programs that we sort of partner to make sure things happen. But again, it's how do we help outreach? How do we partner? We want to be good partners with our high schools because we want to have good students continue to apply here at Green Spring. So,
and the treasure chest, which is actually having an estate sale,
yes,
is a primary means for giving.
Yes, treasure chest is really huge for Green Spring. Not only is it our largest volunteer group with over 150 residents volunteering. I don't think any other group on campus has that number of volunteers. But they are also raising money for great causes, whether it's Staff Appreciation Fund, which is the reception later this afternoon, the Scholarship Fund, the Benevolent Care Fund, and also giving to our local fire station. So those are just great things to know, that your treasures get repurposed, recycled, resold, and that all those nickels, dimes all really add up, and they raise over $80,000 every year, and that's no small feat. And to know that all this good stuff keeps having a second life, it's just really nice to share.
And I know you mentioned volunteers, so
Yep.
it's, again, the end of the year.
Yes, so it is the end of the year.
And that means what to volunteers?
Yeah, so I just want to do a shout out on behalf of Kelly in volunteer programs, that she really needs to make sure residents turn in their volunteer hours. She's on a very tight timeline because the presidential awards are coming up very quickly, where she has to order things in early January. So please turn in your hours. I know some residents don't want to turn in your hours, and that's your choice, but we would really love to celebrate and recognize your achievement. Your gift of time is really valuable, and we really appreciate it. So please get that to Kelly as quickly as you can. She's going to try to send out a sort of a summary to residents so you can double check and make sure she has received all your hours. Because remember, Kelly sort of came in midstream. So, you know, there could be hours that maybe were not put in properly from the previous person, or they got lost in the shuffle. So we just want to make sure we try to double check everything. So if she contacts you or puts something in your cubby to double check, please double check it quickly and get any corrections to her, and she'll be happy to update them. So that's really important to do even during this busy season. And then of course today, right now as we speak, there is a estate sale happening with Treasure Chest. So that is at, I have to put my glasses on so I can double check, Madison Green 524. So as soon as you're done listening to me, grab your wallet, grab your purse, and go to Madison Green. It was a really nice apartment with lots of great opportunities of items and things. Cash and carry, it's okay to write a check, but so just please.
So if they buy something like furniture, do they have to take it with them, or can they?
Yep, nope, everything needs to be out of the apartment by 4 o'clock today.
So if they buy something at 1, they have until 4 to come and make arrangements.
Yes, so you need to just work with neighbors, friends to figure that out. And then next Tuesday, a week from today, we are having a furniture and picture sale, which
Picture in terms of
picture as in like pictures on the wall.
Okay.
So
that are framed.
That are framed. They are all framed. In Canterbury Square 101, they have quite a bit of furniture. And so the little, what I call the tchotchkes, have already been moved to the treasure chest. But really there's lots of furnitures and, you know, bed things, bookcases and little kitchen tables, and just odds and ends where you go, ooh, that's a cute little love seat, But there's several desks, so please mark your calendar for that if you're looking for something, if you have family or friends looking for something. If my son was ready to have a furnished apartment, I definitely would have been picking up a few items out of that unit for him, but he's not quite ready yet, so.
Well, I bought, probably a half dozen years ago, I did buy a wooden desk from the treasure chest. It was a great steal. I think it cost me $25, and it's kind of not used as a desk, but that's another story.
But you still have it, and it's been repurposed, and it's doing what you need.
And sometimes people say, well, why don't you get rid of the desk? I said, are you crazy? This is solid wood. I'm not going to get rid of this desk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will clean it one of these years. It's piles.
Well,
you think my desk here is bad? Wait until you see what I have at home.
Oh my, you'll have to bring a picture. But so shop today, then shop on Friday at Treasure Chest, and then the following Tuesday for the furniture sale. So there's quite a bit of shopping that you can do.
Those picture frames, if you don't like the picture, but you need the frame.
Yes, it is a good deal.
I went yesterday to get some frames for some things, and at least they were 50% off, but a lot of people will buy frames because they want the frame, and who cares about what's inside it?
Right. Yes, there are. There are some pieces that are more artistic painting that are framed, and then quite a few items that are framed prints or pictures of varying sizes. So I would say, if nothing else, go shop, go window shopping, and you may surprise yourself and come away with a little treasure. But those three things are happening through Treasure Chest.
And there's one other thing, I know, the end of the year that you want to emphasize to residents.
Yes, thank you. So at the end of the year, we always have our year-end giving statements. Now, those went into resident cubbies right before Thanksgiving, and it included donations through October 31st. And so for some residents, they've done all of their charitable giving by October 31st, and the statement is correct and accurate. But other residents, they find it as a reminder to say, ooh, I need to give a little more for tax purposes. And so if you make a donation between November 1st and December 31st, or you're doing the monthly billing, we will reissue you an updated statement in mid-January, so you have that for taxes. Or if you misplace what we've sent you and you just need something updated, we can reprint that as well. It's really just a helpful tool. Everyone should already have gotten their tax receipt letter sort of the week after you make the gift, and you should have your canceled check or your statement to help back that up. But the sort of summary of all the donations is helpful.
So they need to keep the canceled check or statements? I mean, the letter itself doesn't suffice?
So the letter itself is helpful if you have a donation over $250. If you're audited, sometimes it's helpful just to have that as well. I'm not a tax person, so I always just sort of say, if you have it, keep it. But if you don't have it and you need it, then we could find it for you in the future. If you did get audited or something and needed something, we could try to track it down. But again, the charitable funds here at Green Spring are the Benevolent Care Fund, the Scholarship Fund, the Hospice Fund, and even the Channel 6, there's a TV fund where residents have done donations to help support some things here at different points in times. So those are all charitable funds. The Staff Appreciation Fund, where the distribution is today, is not tax deductible because that is seen as a tip. So that is not charitable in nature. It's not tax deductible. But we greatly appreciate residents for their support of that, and the staff do as well. So if you have questions on any of this, reach out to Kelly for things with volunteers, contact Molly or myself for anything with giving or statements, or if you're not sure of something. And then of course Treasure Chest, I'd say call Treasure Chest, but just come shop. That's the most important.
It sounds like a plan because, as I said, 13 days left for the big one, and actually less than that for Hanukkah, but we'll talk about that.